Xbox is finally stealing this feature from Discord. Your dashboard is about to get a whole lot sexier, and Fall Guys is finally coming to Xbox. Let's discuss. So for everyone who's part of Xbox Ready Nation, you already know how this goes. But if you're new here, you're just joining us, welcome by the way. I try to round up at 5 stories that I think you as an Xbox fan should know about, try to go through them as quick as I can. And first up, we have a secret Xbox project. Ooh, very mysterious. So Jez Corden over at Windows Central wrote an article about a tweet from Alamia Talia, sorry, I always butcher the name, but they recently tweeted about an unnamed project that Microsoft is working on that will allow you to make your own dynamic backgrounds for your Xbox dashboard. Now, if you follow Jez Corden, this is something that he's talked about a couple times in the past. Not too long ago, he actually ran a Twitter poll on his account asking what changes people would like to see in their Xbox dashboard. They wanted some other changes with the presentation of the apps, and a few people said that they wanted more dynamic background options. As it is right now, there are only a few. They're really nice looking, but there are only a few. For example, I have a 20th anniversary one that came with my Xbox 20th anniversary controller. There's a couple Master Chief ones. The ones that they have are nice, but this would be really awesome. I don't know if this app is really going to come to any fruition. I know Microsoft has a lot of projects that they work on that don't actually see the light of day, but I think this would be really helpful for a lot of people because honestly, every time someone sees my dashboard, they always have something nice to say about my dynamic background. They'll go, oh, Ray, how do I get one of those backgrounds for myself? How do I make my dashboard look like that, cool like that? How do I do it, Ray? It's something like this, an app that allows you to create your own dynamic background would go a long way, alleviating a lot of the issues that people have with their Xbox dashboard. At least it would look a lot cooler. Jez Corden in his article compares this unnamed project to a wallpaper engine on Steam, which you might be familiar with. And of course, having our own version on consoles would just be really, really cool. One thing I like about Xbox is your ability to personalize your controllers, personalize your dashboard, customize your guide, things like that. And the more that they can do with that, I think the better. We don't know exactly the future of this app, and Jez Corden signs off in his article saying there's also a possibility that this may never launch at all. We've reached out to Microsoft for a comment in any case, and we'll let you know if we hear back. And of course, if that ends up happening, if they end up going forward with production of this app, make sure you are subscribed, set your notifications to all, because I'm always talking about Xbox software updates. What's up, guys? This video is sponsored by me. That is right. I have links down in the description with all sorts of really awesome Xbox gear. I got controllers, I got headphones, I got TVs, I got consoles down there. So if you really want a Series S or X, you can go down in the description, buy one for yourself. If you use the links to shop for any of these items, that really helps me out on the channel because I get a little bit of a percentage of that, which allows me to keep making cool content for you guys. Now let's jump back into the video. Can you believe it? Fall Guys is finally making its way over to the other platforms, Xbox and Switch. Right now it's only available on PC and PlayStation. I feel like this is something we've been waiting on forever. It was announced, it was teased forever ago that it was going to be coming to Xbox and Switch. I feel like that was a really long time ago. But now we have a firm date on when Fall Guys is going to be coming to Xbox. There is a bit of bad news to this story, weirdly enough. It is going to be delisted from Steam, but if you bought a copy through Steam, you'll still be able to play it. But as it's delisted from Steam on June 21st, it's going to be making its way to Xbox and Switch consoles. That is right. And it is also going free to play, so you won't have to pay anything. Now, if you're not familiar with Fall Guys, it is a silly physics-based game where you play as a silly looking bean person as you try to make your way through these different obstacles. And I feel like a year or two ago, this game was really up there in terms of popularity, right up there with games like Among Us. Every streamer was playing it, everyone was tweeting about it, everyone was sharing their really funny videos. And then I personally feel like interest sort of fell off, especially as we were waiting for Xbox and Switch ports. I was kind of wondering, you know, when Fall Guys finally gets around to coming to Xbox consoles, is there going to be enough interest there that a lot of people are going to be downloading and playing it? But now that it's free to play, now that they've eliminated the price barrier, I really feel like that is going to have a lot of interest once it makes its way over to Xbox consoles. Fun fact, Fall Guys is the first game I played when I bought my PlayStation 5. I know that's kind of a word I'm not supposed to say, but my wife was so excited to play Fall Guys that when I brought my PlayStation 5 home, that was the first game we played. I think it was $20 or something like like that. And it was a ton of fun. I really can't wait for it to come over to Xbox consoles. I'll definitely be playing it all over again. Next up, let's talk about Game Pass. Of course, it would not be an Xbox Ready video if I didn't talk about Game Pass in some capacity. And we got some good games coming in the second half of May, guys. We have Skate, of course, classic game, classic skateboarding game. What is confusing to me is that it's available via EA Play, of course, if you have Game Pass Ultimate, but it's only listed in this little banner that they put out, that they tweeted out, as being playable on the cloud. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to double check that, but that strikes me as a little odd. Next up, we have the game that everyone's been waiting for, Farming Simulator 2022. That's right. Forget about Madden 22. Forget about NBA 2K22. Forget about Cricket 22, MLB The Show 22. It's all about Farming Simulator 2022, baby. We're also getting some surprise games too. For example, on the 17th, we're getting Jurassic World Evolution 2, which is a construction park management simulator, kind of like the old school, roller coaster tycoon games that we all used to play. But this has dinosaurs. This is Jurassic Park. And honestly, what I'm most excited about is Sniper Elite 5. Now, even if you've never played this game, you've probably seen gameplay footage, gameplay clips being shared around. It's the game where, if you snipe someone, it has this like crazy Mortal Kombat-esque gore element to it, where it shows the bullet going through the skull, piercing, the rib cage and breaking bones, and you see the path of the bullet as it travels through the body. It's sick. And Sniper Elite 5, while I haven't played it, looks really cool from the gameplay trailers I've seen. Basically, you are in this open world trying to fulfill different missions and contracts by eliminating your targets. It's very similar to Hitman in that way. So yes, very excited for Sniper Elite 5. That's coming to console and PC Game Pass on May 26th. The official description on the Xbox website says the award-winning series returns with unparalleled sniping, tactical third-person combat, and enhanced kill cam. Fight your way across the most immersive maps yet, with many real-world locations captured in stunning detail, and an improved traversal system that lets you explore more of them than ever before. We also got Vampire Survivors, which is just coming to PC Game Pass on May 19th, and this is a game that my friend Jimmy is super high on. But it's funny because this game is only $2 on Steam right now, but it's taking Steam by storm. People are obsessed with this game. The description reads, jump straight into the action, mow down thousands of night creatures, and survive until dawn. The gothic horror world of Vampire Survivors will throw relentless hordes of monsters at you. Make the right choices, or rely on your skills and favorite weapons to turn the tide and quickly snowball against your enemies. Either pay $2 for this game on Steam like a chump, or use your PC Game Pass subscription like a king. Next up, we have a beloved military simulator finally making its way over to consoles, and get this, it's going to be Xbox exclusive. I'm talking about the Arma franchise, which is a series of games that are a military simulator first-person shooter situation, and on May 17th, that is today, so a couple days after this video comes out and is uploaded, Arma Reforge is going to be available for purchase on the Xbox Microsoft Store for $30. It is an early access preview, a little teaser for Arma 4. It is kind of like the Metal Gear Solid Ground Zero to Phantom Pain, if you will, if you need a little bit more context. There is one game mode. It's kind of like Battlefield's Conquest, but there's no vehicles, I believe, which is kind of whack. They'll probably add that in later because, like I said, again, this is early access. Do not buy this game and be, oh, Ray, you told me to buy this game and there's like no content. What the heck, man? But if you wanted to get a sense of where DayZ came from, because this is the template that was modded to create that game, this is a perfect opportunity for you if you have just been a console gamer all your life. It's a little light on content for sure, but it's a great way to learn the ropes of Arma before the full game comes out. Let's talk about the Xbox Insider program. So apparently the Xbox Alpha Skip Ahead Insiders that is such a long, silly name, but it's important because Alpha Skip Ahead Insiders is different from just an Xbox Insider. Very important. The Alpha Skip Ahead ring is going to be testing out a feature soon that will allow for basically really awesome, crisp noise suppression. Over on the Xbox blog, they say, we have exciting news. Alpha Skip Ahead users can expect something new coming to their Xbox update preview. Party chat, noise suppression. We've enabled a new feature which will process your microphone input through a noise suppression setup To help produce cleaner audio in your party chat session, the setting is enabled by default, but can be toggled from the drop-down options menu. Now, this is obviously something, voice chat suppression, that Discord does flawlessly, and it's why a lot of people prefer to use that as their mode of communication while they're gaming, while they're watching TV, while they're watching movies with their friends, etc. That's why it was disappointing seeing that, hey, Discord is the big communication app right now, to see that Xbox Microsoft Discord buyout didn't end up going through. But seeing that they're adding a modified noise suppression system for a party chat, that's a really encouraging sign, because that's obviously the most annoying part of multiplayer sessions. Listening to someone chew on their food, listening to someone's mom vacuuming in the background, listening to someone's girlfriend yelling at them in the background. It's a perfect way to ruin a gaming session. So the way that this is worded in the Xbox blog says that it's coming just to party chat. As we all know, there are other forms of chat when you're gaming online, like proximity chat, like game chat. There's a proximity chat, for example, in Elder Scrolls Online, which is separate from your party chat. And it doesn't say whether or not they're planning to bring this noise suppression technology to game chat or proximity chat and other avenues of communication. And it's also important to note that when you run your audio input into some sort of noise suppression. As a lot of you know, I work in voiceover, so I have a little bit of experience with this. Whether you run your sound through a gate or some sort of other plugin that cleans up background noise, it usually has a little bit of a negative effect on your sound clarity and your audio input. But I feel like that's a small price to pay to cut out all that other annoying stuff that I was just mentioned. You know, someone in the background eating chips really loudly that you don't want to hear, things like that. As far as the other stuff that Skip Ahead insiders can expect from this preview build, there are a few fixes that they're trying to implement. Over on the Xbox blog, they say, thanks to the hard work of Xbox engineers, we are happy to announce the following fixes have been implemented for this build. Networking. Fix an issue where some users were unable to connect to their network when booting up the console. Various updates to properly reflect local languages across the console. If you want to check out the full notes for yourself, I'll have that linked down in the description below. And also, as a reminder, if you have any interest in becoming an Xbox insider, and I highly recommend it because Xbox, I feel like, is one of the few companies out there that actively listens to user feedback, go onto your Xbox console and download the Xbox Insider app, follow the instructions from there. Anyway guys, that's all the news I have for today. Thanks again for tuning in. See you in the next video.